Hi there. Welcome to Empower Her, the Science of Her, through foods and nutrition. The main thing is estrogen is absent from the body, or it's just a little bit that's there. So what you want to do is you want to kind of mimic estrogen. And because estrogen is vital to the importance of your brain health, bone health, cardiovascular health, and actually for the whole body. Because as I do the research and discover that it covers down to the skin. So we're talking about helping or slowing the progression of the deterioration of the body. So one of the main things I want to talk about is the brain. And as I mentioned before in the other videos, that I have been experiencing like brain fog, memory loss, memory retention. These are the key factors that we need to really promote our lifestyle. Not only in our homes, but also to interact with others and also at work, at play. So we have to guard the brain. You have to work on the brain. And there's various things you need for the brain. It's like antioxidant minerals and foods, like the green leafy vegetables. Okay, so they help carry, not only they give you the iron, but it helps mimic the estrogen. So what you're doing is you're trying to replace what you are currently losing. And if you start giving the brain certain foods, you will see a difference in actually a few days. The next part of the body you have to really consider is the heart. The heart is a muscle. The heart is the powerhouse of the body. So you have to protect it. And what you have to do is you have to eat foods that are lower in cholesterol. You can't have those high-fat diets or high-fat foods like you used to. So what you have to do now is you have to increase your protein. You have to increase the amount of grams of protein you have to per day to either 100 to 125 grams of protein per day. You could divide that into 3 and then you could decide on how you want to distribute the protein. But the thing is, you have to have the protein to keep the body and everything in working in good condition. So you're talking about your gut and your heart, and it's also for your muscle production along with calcium. So not only you want to protect your heart, but you don't want arrhythmias. So arrhythmia is palpitations that occurs from the heart. And that's one of the effects when estrogen is not meeting the needs in that particular organ. So you get fluctuation. And I talked about in one of my other video, I have to have a loop recorder, and I have to keep, it monitors the electrical impulses of the heart. Magnesium, zinc. So my diet and the meals I eat, not even diet, but the meals I eat in my everyday walk have to be high in those minerals. Another mineral is also magnesium. So magnesium helps the bone. So not only we're talking about helping the heart, but you're now talking about the bones. So what you want to do is you want to also protect. We have to protect the bone, the skeletal bone and the muscular bone tissue. Because if you have decrease in calcium, you will end up with brittle bone disease because of the lack of calcium. That's why they always say, let's check your calcium. When they do a blood panel, they look at how everything is going on. They look at what you've been eating. Even when you do an A1C, they look at, it's a snapshot of what you've been eating for the last 3 months. So it's very, very important for you to stay true to what you're saying. And they know when you've been lying because it shows up in the blood. It stores in the blood for a certain period of time before it either increases or decreases. And that's why you have to watch what you eat with your cholesterol, because due to the fact estrogen is not being given to the body, everything is going haywire. You have no more eggs. Your eggs are done, fried, fricasseed. So guess what? You have to find something to replace it, and that is food and nutrition. So here on my counter, these are some of the foods that is needed to help protect the brain health, the heart health, and the bone health. What I want to show you now is an array of foods that you need in order to keep the body healthy. This is throughout the day, throughout the week. And these are some of the foods that help with the estrogen in the body, help you to restore some form of estrogen level, to alleviate hot flashes and sleep disruption, hunger, fatigue, and depression. And one of the things that helps a lot is what I am showing you here is hemp seed, flaxseed, coconut. I have coconut oil over here. Coconut oil, avocado. I don't use regular milk because guess what? Those days of feeding the baby lactating is over. So now you have to talk about building you. Dark chocolate is very significant and very helpful with your mood. The foods that are necessary to help is also with estrogen is pears, dry apricots, avocado, and you must have significant fiber. So avocado is good for not only for the oil, the skin, the hair. It also helps with keeping the colon moving. And as we get older, our transit time decreases. That means your ability to move, to go to the bathroom, your bowel movement has decreased because the muscles and everything function has decreased. So you need fiber, Brussels sprouts, onions, garlics. These and peppers help cleanse the liver. It helps to clean the liver and remove the toxins from the liver, because the liver also is affected because, again, vitamin D is not coming down the pike like it should. So guess what? Everything's starting to get clogged up. So you need a high fiber diet. So what I do is I ingest in this Benefiber right now, and I use it twice a day to just help the body move more. I use oils. I use olive oil, and as you could see, my salad dressings are avocado, and I use vinegar. Vinegar, I use like a cider vinegar. Here's my avocado oil. And see, the greens. Greens are very, very high in nutrients that is needed for the production of estrogen. So all your deep, dark, green, leafy vegetables. Just limit kale, because kale also produces stones, kidney stones. So you have to know how much to have, and you could rotate it. Um, um, okra, very good, high in B's, help the body maintain and flush your stuff out of the colon. And going to calcium, I use, of course, the almond milk, and I use Greek yogurt, silk, and this one is a coconut-based yogurt. And then I use, this is also another coconut base, but I also use almond. And then instead of using a regular non-dairy creamer, I use coconut creamer. I use, if I need a sweetener, I would use like coconut sugar. There's also monk fruit. A few other things I use. I can't remember offhand. And my teas are organic. I use turmeric, which you have to use sparingly also. You have to use sparingly because that's also, it affects the liver. A lot of people are overdosing from turmeric, causing more harm to the body because you have to know the quantity. And a lot of things, just because it's a fad right now doesn't mean it's meant for you. Because even these new, a lot of things that come into the market in terms of they could cleanse and so on like that are actually toxic. They're toxic for the body. So green teas, all your teas. Now, if you're a coffee drinker like myself, you have to know when to have coffee. Because coffee has to be taken before you have your meal and a certain time after, because it interferes with the absorption of various nutrients. And also during the day, I use vitamin D. I use this vitamin D, adaptogen, D3, and K2. So you need the vitamin D and iron. I don't have it here, but I use iron every day. I use a vegetable iron. A vegetable iron helps the absorption of the mineral to the blood. And the thing is, you're a defender, so you need iron to protect yourself. These foods on my counter are just a few things or a few foods that you can use to help mimic estrogen that is needed in the body, which is depleted from perimenopause to menopause and postmenopause. So nutrition is the key right now, unless you're going to introduce hormonal replacement therapy. And there is also natural things on the market, even from, as I mentioned before in another video, there is also like a broccoli-based enzyme derivative that helps mimic estrogen, which they're using to also combat these issues dealing with low estrogen and menopause. So the key is you have to switch your foods. You have to be more conscious of what you are eating. Not only what you're eating, you also have to go behind and do the weight exercises, the weight training. And there's other things that we can talk about. There's other strategies, because as time marches on, I am getting better because I choose to be better. So it's also a matter of your mindset, and also relationship builds. Your cognitive function gets better. So what I'm saying is, if you like what you're hearing, I need you to comment on what you're hearing. And if you have anything to add or you want to hear more of in this series of menopause, the 4 stages of menopause, put it in the comment section, like, and also share this video. And as time go on, you will see in the description a link where we're going to have like a Zoom meeting and some other things coming down the pike. So this is just a brief hello and thank you. Thank you for looking at this and understanding. And this is Empower Her, the science of her.